Hello everybody and welcome on back yet again to Central Yarnum. We're here next to Coffin Gilbert and I actually figured it out when it comes to the doll. So we need one insight in order to actually go back to her and level. So what we are gonna do is that we're gonna use an item that we've picked up in our little journey here called Madman's Knowledge. Let's check it. Skull of a madman touched by the wisdom of the great ones. Used to gain insight. Making contact with eldritch wisdom is a blessing, for even if it drives one mad, it allows one to serve a grander purpose for posterity. We're just gonna pop it, then we're gonna warp over to the Hunter's Dream. And now the doll is standing up and we should be able to level. But before we speak to her, we can actually pick these things up as well. I think that is for PvP and the old Hunter Bell. I don't know if that is in order to access the DLC or if it may be just PvP in the DLC. We're gonna head to this workshop here and we're gonna upgrade our sock lever twice like that. And since we're here, we might as well just store our saw spear. Maybe, I don't know if I put it on display. Let's do it. Equip that. So as you can see, it looks very similar. A bit longer blade on the spear, but the R1 is exactly the same, and so is the R2, like the heavies. But the trick form, oh, that is not what I wanted to do, but the trick form is a spear. Longer, wide sweeping range with a like overhead, and then of course a thrust attack on the heavies. It has a very nice follow-up though, if you go all the way and then follow up R2. But this weapon is not gonna be for us, at least not in this playthrough, so we're just gonna put it into storage so it doesn't distract us. Like that, and now we can go and talk to the doll.
Hello, good hunter.
Oh, yes.
I am a doll.
I am a good hunter.
Here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength.
Yes, please.
You will have to embolden your sickly
I skipped
spirit.
that. I will hunt beasts, and she will give us power. That is basically the gist of that. So now,
Very well. Let me
let's level up. So my idea here is that we're just gonna start with getting some points in vitality and endurance. Probably aim to say 15. Let's do 13, 13. Maybe get that last point into vitality so we have more HP and some more stamina to work around with. So we want to get these to 15, and then we want to get some points into strength and skill. If we would have a weapon that scales equally in strength and skill, it is generally speaking better to put the points in skill because it also increases visceral damage, not just R1s and R2s. So with that done, we can speak to her a bit more.
Speak with German. He was a hunter long, long ago, but now serves only to advise them. He is obscure, unseen in the dreaming world. Still, he stays here, in this dream. Such is his purpose.
A bit of a lore tidbit there.
Ah, the little ones, inhabitants of the dream.
Now she's talking about the ones in the baths.
They find hunters like yourself, worship and serve them. Speak words they do not. But still, aren't they sweet?
You could put it like that, but I would maybe rather say that they're a bit creepy. I didn't mention it, but if we go up here, we can see that German is actually gone. What he's doing is a very good question. Maybe taking a nap. But he'll come back here soon enough. Now that we've done all of this good stuff, let's head first back to the first floor sick room where we started the game. Back to Yusefka's clinic. And now the door should be open to go upstairs and have a little conversation with her. Yup, this one is now open. We head all the way up, and if we take a little glimpse through this door's window, you can see that there is somebody in there. I mean, don't you guys just usually hang about your door and just wait for someone to knock? Yusefka does.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yusefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do.
We get Yusefka's blood vial.
Now, go, and good hunting.
Thank you. So she basically says she can't really help us in any other way, but she gives us that blood vial. We can maybe read up on that real quick. Blood vial acquired from the lady doctor at Yusefka's clinic. This refined blood, highly invigorating, restores a larger amount of HP. This rare blood vial is a product of a slow and careful refinement process, likely advised by the doctor herself. Unfortunately, we can't really travel to other lamps, through the lamps, like out in the world, so we always have to go back to the Hunter's Dream and go to those stones in order to travel. So we're gonna do that. Head back here. Just taking a little nap. Dreaming. Now we're gonna go back to Central Yharnam. And it's time for us to make our way to our first boss fight, which is gonna be the Cleric Beast. But before we do that, there is a little thing that we need to do, or at least that I feel like is appropriate to do before. We're gonna circle around back to where the wolves are. Oh, that was bad. I don't know why. I thought I hit L1. I don't know why the trigger is a bit slow sometimes. Ah. We get some bullets for our trouble. We're gonna go through here again. Watch out for the baddie. And if you're passing through here, might as well just get some free bullets. Kill this guy. It's always gonna drop 4, maybe 3 sometimes. I don't know. Usually 4. We're gonna go back up here. Oh. Take care of these guys while we're here, so we don't get surprised from behind. And I'm gonna show you guys the trick I was talking about earlier, about how you could deal with the wolves if they would be a bit of a bigger problem. So let's get their attention. Yeah, without dying, hopefully. And then you just go back in here. Let's see. He's a bit annoying. He's very annoying. So as you can see, they can't get through this door, giving us a very ample time to just stay here, charge some heavies, do a follow-up knockdown. But be a bit careful. You want to use the longer end of the weapon, so I recommend the trick weapon for this. It is rather cheesy, but if it works, right? But yeah, definitely trivializes these guys, as they can be rather annoying to deal with. And as always, get some free blood vials from them, making it worth our while. And now we're gonna go back this way. I mentioned earlier that I wanted to save this for later, and later is about now. First, we're gonna head over to the right. Get a good little vista here. We can watch the baddies that we've killed earlier, walking around there, looking for beasts to kill, but no beasts to be found. 10 pebbles. Roll through this, get another bloodstone shard. And then roll through here as well for another bloodstone shard. Clear through the rubble. And then we can see ladder. We're gonna drop. We're gonna drop again. And we're gonna go down here. We're gonna go for this baddie first. You can use the trick form back and forth like that also. It deals extra damage when you do that, so it's very useful in combat. Basically like another sewer section that is a bit higher up than where we've been already. Down here is going to be a couple of rats. We're not going to think of too much about that for now. We're going to be clearing this upper part first. Take all of these guys out. It looks so sick when you do that. I love the combat in this game. It's so nice. We're going to go all the way here and we can see a goodie. We want to be lining us up carefully here, and then we drop and we fail. Rat. Dispose of him, as they can be pesky. Maybe kill all the rats while we're down here. There are a few of them, as you can see. They do pack a punch. Very easy to get overwhelmed by the rats, especially when there's so many. Stop that rat. Few more. they have a chance of dropping like throwing knives, which can be quite useful. Stop that. Ah, lunge attack is a bit annoying to deal with. But blood echoes is blood echoes, so we might as well pull out the longer end. Do that. Unfortunately, no loot here. What we want is on, if you follow this little sewer route down here, but we still want to get that item for we have to drop, so gonna have to head back up here. Let's see if we can line this up a bit more properly. It is a bit difficult to do this kind of stuff. Oh man, still just failing. Whatever, we got the time. Okay, third time's the charm, right? There we go. Pick Cold Blood 5. And now, what we want is guarded by this baddie over here. He's actually a bit more tanky than the general guy, so be a bit careful. Damn the range! We finish him up, and we get the Hunter attire. Can't play Bloodborne without Hunter attire. No. Pop on the hat, pop on the garb, and we can read up on this as well. One of the standard articles of Hunter attire fashioned at the workshop, accompanied with a short cape to wipe away blood. A fine piece of Hunter attire that provides stable defense to anyone facing Yharnam's beastly threat. Allows one to stalk beasts unannounced, by cover of night. Do that, and do that. Now this is Bloodborne. It's not really Bloodborne until you have the Hunter attire. Ooh, feels good. Now we are ready to tackle the Cleric Beast. Time to get back up. For the last time, we're taking this ladder, and we're gonna stay on the same side here on the left. And there's gonna be another ladder to take us all the way back up for where we dropped. Climbing ladders. And a little tiny ladder for the last part. And we're back up. Now we're gonna cross this bridge. Finally. And this is also the bridge that that note in that house in here to the left is talking about. As we can see, there are some caravans that's been stopped. So that note mentions that on that faithful night, the bridge was closed off and Yharnam burned. So this is the bridge that has been closed off. These guys can be a bit annoying. I like just getting this brick troll, as I've learned that they're actually called, not brutes. Take care of him first, then the crows. As it can be a bit annoying, you can get easily overwhelmed by them. Before this cleric fight beasts, I like putting on some oil urns. We can maybe read up on them as well, why not? When this urn hits its mark, the target is drenched in oil and made extremely flammable. Fire is commonplace on the hunt, and oil urns accentuate its effect. Sometimes when hunters burn beasts, they appear intoxicated by the euphoria of purification. As the cleric beast is a beast, as you might think, it is highly effective to throw some Molotovs, but to make that even deadlier, we're gonna start off with some oil as well. Anytime now. There the baddie is. Get some oil on him, then a Molotov. If you hit him in the head, you get a visceral. Of course, you can do it the old-fashioned way, where you try to attack him like this. But generally speaking, going for oil and Molotovs is very effective. Whenever you get the time for it, just throw a Molotov, maybe an oil. Yeah, as I said, you don't have to do this, but it is highly effective. Top off, just to be sure. Use some of that rally to get the HP back that we're losing. Get behind him, charge the heavy for some extra damage. When he does that, he's basically like buffing up, so it's a good time to just get in some extra damage and, yeah, take him out. Pretty trivializing with the oil urns and the Molotovs, but Prey slaughtered, our first prey, and the sword hunter badge and another lamp for our reward. Get some bullets, and as you can see, it's closed off. We can't actually do anything with this, and I don't think we can do anything with this for the entire game. I think it remains closed off. So yeah, you can't really do anything from this bridge besides kill the cleric beast, which is obviously nice, you know, a little bit of a reward. And now, now we want to make our way to the Cathedral Ward. We can actually take a look at what we got there as well. We got a sword hunter badge, one of the badges crafted by the Healing Church. The silver sword is a symbol of a church hunter. Ludwig was the first of many Healing Church hunters to come, many of whom were clerics. As it was, clerics transformed into the most hideous beasts. So yeah, the cleric beast, definitely hideous. Kind of nasty. So used to be one of the church hunters, I would like to believe, or obviously, as it says, just a cleric, right? And now to get back to where we want to go, we're gonna go through here. We're gonna go back down. And over to these brick trolls for the shortcut. Get the attention of him. Might as well just deal with them one at a time. Oh, missed that. Come on, man. There you go. And even if you trade, you know, the rally comes into play. Get that HP back. Not too big of a worry. And get some blood vials if you have to use them. How am I not hitting that? Really? I don't know how that is not hitting. There we go. Didn't even get the visceral. Stupid brick troll, die. Some blood vials for our trouble. And now for this shortcut that we activated when we took that first sewer route through Yharnam, where we killed that piggy. We're gonna take this path, but we're gonna do it maybe the path that you, like the second path, I guess is a better way of putting it. Where you would first walk up here, like you would come from down there, right? Take that ladder up, you would be, oh, a bunch of baddies. You know, we've dealt with them before. And then you might be wondering, like, what is that in the background? So before you get entirely mixed up with these guys, you do want to watch out a bit, because that ball over there is going to get ignited. It's going to be a bit of a trap. You can use this to kill most of them. Preferably all of them. But they can be a bit slow on the uptake. Hello. Stop that. And now just the last brick troll. Now I actually have that guy as well. There we go. Visceral on point. Put that shield away. It's of no use. This is Bloodborne. We don't use shields, we use guns and trick weapons. And now when we get back up here, or get up here rather, we want to be a bit quiet. We want to sneak our way over to one of these guys, hit it with a charged heavy to get that visceral, making it a bit easier to deal with them. Enjoy some iframes, of course. Use the trick form transformation for extra damage. Love that stuff. Some more bold hunter's marks, and extra blood vials. Now it's time for the second boss of Central Yharnam. And before we go up there, we want to equip, we can remove the oil. We want to equip the tiny music box that we got from that Yharnam girl. A small music box received from a young Yharnam girl. Plays a song shared by her mother and father. Inside the lid is a small scrap of paper, perhaps an old message. Two names can be made out, however faintly. Viola and Gascoigne. You can use this music box in the fight to get like a stun on him. I think you can use it up to 3 times in his first phase and up to 3 times in his second phase. Basically, he's gonna be like, oh, what is happening? I'm confused. And then you can maybe get behind him for a charged heavy. And into a visceral. Let's get into it.
beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
So cool. This guy gave me trouble first time I played Bloodborne. He is feisty. Gun parries is gonna be the best way of dealing with him. Get the gun parries, get a visceral, get some free hits when you can. Be quick on dashing away. He can gun parry you also. So as you can see, he's merciless. But just sticking to the gun parries is a really good option here.
What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it sings to me. It's enough to make a man sick.
That's the transformation. We're gonna play the music box. There we go. Get behind him for a charged heavy. Hit him in the back for a visceral. Very effective. You can, of course, gun parry him. There's gonna be like some delay to where you can use the music box again. So get some distance, play the music box. If it doesn't work, be a bit careful, dash away. Hit him with a parry. Didn't get the visceral there. Oh my god, Gascoigne, be careful, man. Very ferocious. And we're getting stuck, which is not good. Yeah, watch out for that. That is trouble. Get a double pump. Should be able to take him down here. Last shot. Last shot is all we need for the last visceral. And Father Gascoigne is down. Our second prey that has been slaughtered. And the Odin Tome Key as a reward. And another lamp. Make sure to light that up. And as you can see, there's a loot up there. We're gonna make our way there. Didn't actually manage to get that second stun with the music box. Maybe you can only use it once in the second phase. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on any of this. But it did get a bit feisty there at the end. Open that up. And then we can drop up over to this little rooftop. And get the red jeweled roach. Then this is the mother that the girl was talking about. So what actually went down here is a bit unclear. But what I would like to think is that when Viola here was searching for Gascoigne, she came through here at the tomb in Odin, and some Yharnamites came through. And as we've noticed, they can't even see like the difference between a hunter and a beast. So they see Viola and they basically shred her to pieces. And then Gascoigne comes in to see that they murdered Viola, and that cinematic that plays at the start of this fight is basically him just massacring them, taking them out. So a very sad ending to both Viola and Gascoigne's little love story here, and of course a sad story to the poor Yharnam girl's life. But would it be a Souls game if it wasn't a sad story involved, right? Would be weird if it would be a happy story. But opening that gate leads us out here. Wanna climb this up? Enter a little nice room with a note that we can read up on. The Bergenworth spider hides all manner of rituals and keeps our lost master from us. A terrible shame. It makes my head shudder uncontrollably. Doesn't make a lot of sense now, but it will maybe later. Loot the chest for our Blood Gem workshop tool, making us able to infuse our weapons with some upgrades. Like not level them up, but give us some actual upgrades to the weapons. Enchantments, maybe, if you want to put it like that. Open up this door. And we're now in Cathedral Ward. There is a bunch of things that I want to mention about this place. For example, we want to talk to him, but before we do that and explore all of the stuff that is outside here, we will want to go back to Yarnum, and there is a couple of things that we want to do. For example, we want to go back to the girl, obviously, show her the brooch and tell her what happened to her mom and daddy. And then after talking to him, this place is going to turn into a safe haven, and then we can go back to that nasty lady over by the wolves or the dogs and tell her that she can come here. But all of that we're gonna do in the next one. I'll see you guys then.